And Niamh, congratulations on the film. It's been getting such a great reception. How does that feel?
I'm so excited for Prano because this is her debut feature, and for someone's debut feature to receive such a warm and excited response from audiences, I'm just incredibly proud. And so yeah, I'm, as I said, like, I'm excited to just see audiences see it in a cinema. I haven't seen it on a big screen yet, so I feel like I'm going to be seeing the film, even though I've already seen it. I'm going to feel like I'm seeing it for the first time tonight.
And with Prano, was it her that approached you to actually be in the film, or how did that come about?
No, I auditioned.
Like anybody else.
Like everyone else. Yeah, the casting came in from my agent to put on tape for the character of Enid, but I saw like Prano Bailey Bond's name attached, and I was like, I know this name, and we'd met about 6 or 7 months previous at this Screen Stars Tomorrow event. Both of us had been selected as part of that year. And what happened was we were at this dinner, and Michael Shannon was there, and he was at a table, and everyone was at his table, and me and Prano were just like, this is the two of us sat on this other table. So she looked out and she got sitting next to me, and we just kind of struck up this conversation. We were just talking about movies, and so kind of roughly kept in touch. And so, but yeah, I think this casting came along, so I felt like I was already going into that casting having gotten a sense of the movies and the worlds that Prano wanted to create. And she has such a very unique perspective of storytelling that is, for me as an actor, is so exciting. And she's definitely, as I would say, like an actor's director, she's so immersed in the scenes with you and incredibly giving as a director, like with their time and energy. So yeah, that's how it kind of all blossomed, and we've been very good friends ever since we started making this movie.
It must be incredibly important to have somebody who's an actor's director with a role like yours in this film, because you're hardly ever off the screen.
Yeah, she's sick of me. Yeah, it was, but I think we had built almost like this shorthand with one another. I'd been filming just kind of leading up to the shoot, and so we kind of had set aside weekends every kind of weekend before to go through the script, and by the time we got to filming we had the shorthand. So by the time she kind of called cut and was about to walk on, I'd be like, oh yes, I totally understand what we're gonna do next in the next take. But yeah, I think, you know, she's the type of actor director that is going through the emotions like Enid would in those scenes, and like as I did. So if we had and there's many heavy days for the character, she's so in tune with checking in with their actors and making sure that you can kind of offload any kind of, I suppose, residual feelings that you have at the end of a take. And for me, that is like the most gracious and grateful experience of a job like this, is that someone who is actually checking in on the people around them, not just the actors, but also the crew.
And the film set during the 80s, and in the context of censorship and the video nasties that were really never out of the headlines at the time. I wondered how you went about researching that side of the film, because I mean, censorship is always very much behind closed doors. Did you manage to get to speak to somebody who'd actually been in that line of work?
Yes, I was lucky enough that I got to speak with a film censor and converse with them over I suppose the more kind of, basically what I wanted to know is like how your day kind of goes. Is it like, is it that idea of like it being like this MI5 building, and you know everyone's going in trench coats and nobody knows who you are. But there, you know, it's such an acquired job, you know, to be sitting in a room all day watching content that you feel has, like, who decides what should be cut from public viewing? It's such a I think you have to have such a certain, what's the word? Almost like you have to almost feel like you need to censor your own feelings towards, I suppose, the craft of film and look at it more like in a logistical way. And I think that was what it was so interesting for me as an actor, is because I look at films now as an actor as being in a completely different way. So I remember someone telling me that, it's like, you'll never look at a film the same way now that you know how they're being made. And I think I was always fascinated to wonder how a film censor looks at a film, even if when they're not working, and how, do they still look at it and go, yeah, that should have been cut, or that was all right, I don't believe in that certificate. But Carol, the film censor I worked with, she was an amazing person, and she had me, she was just so informative, and her extensive of film and also just in life, she was an incredibly smart woman. And I think that with that job, it's just got very highly intelligent people, I feel like, behind all of that.
And thinking about this particular role and also Calm with Horses as well, you seem to go in for very demanding roles, really emotional roles. Is there ever a time when you sort of think you'd like to do something a little bit lighter? I mean, I know you did a comedy, The Last Rite, a few years back, but that's the only time I've ever seen you in a comedy. Do you not want to sort of stretch yourself in a slightly different direction just for a change?
Yes, absolutely. If the right story and the right character comes along, yeah. I was just being really lucky that in the last kind of couple of years that I suppose these roles people would consider quite emotionally demanding. But it's funny because I never kind of looked at the work that way. I find it really rewarding, and to get the opportunity to explore a character that I suppose I wouldn't kind of come across in my daily life, and have that opportunity to go and research that, who they are and what makes them the way they are. And for me, that's probably one of the most possible rewarding parts of my job, is just being given the opportunity to empathize. And I kind of look at it like you are a lawyer to these characters. You have to justify their actions, and you are on their side. You're the only one who's getting kind of paid to do it. So yeah, I think it's like, if the right role comes along, and the right character and the right team, absolutely.
Now, you posted on Instagram a few weeks ago that you were spending your birthday on the set of Raised by Wolves. And I know that when you first got the opportunity to work with Ridley Scott, it was kind of like a dream come true. So this is season 2, I assume, in which case, I mean, this is just kind of like off the scale doing it all again. Can you give us any flavour of what we can expect from the second season?
I would love to. All I want to say, because I know that...
Can't blame me for trying.
Yeah, no, but all I can say is that it's the scripts this year have blown my mind, literally. So, and I can't wait for the fans to see it, because it got season 1 got such an amazing response, and it was unlike anything that I suppose was on TV or has been done before. And I don't think that season 2 is going to disappoint.
That sounds great. We'll look forward to it. Niamh, it's been lovely to talk to you, and once again, congratulations on Censor. It really is a terrific film, and I hope loads of people go and see it and enjoy it as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.